It's volleyball time in East Central Ohio. From AVC Sports and YRP TV on YouTube and Facebook, yourradioplace.com. Now, let's go courtside for our pregame show. High school volleyball from AVC Sports.
Good evening and welcome to YRP TV and tonight's broadcast of girls volleyball. We have the Division 6 district final between the number 1 seed Hiland Hawks and the number 2 seed, the Shenandoah Zeps. We're at Cambridge High School, Gene Ford Gymnasium. I'm Jeff Stevens along with Brett Klein. And Brett, anytime you get the number 1 and number 2 teams in the district together, you would anticipate a really competitive match.
Absolutely. I think we are in for a good matchup here tonight. And we were talking a little bit before we started here, and we look at the Hiland Hawks first, 23-1 in the state of Ohio in Division 6. They're ranked 46th and not too far behind the Hiland Hawks or the Shenandoah Zeps, who are ranked 61st. So again, those Hiland Hawks 23-1. And one thing that impresses me, Jeff, is on the year, along with that one loss to Garaway, which we'll talk about here in just a moment, but they have 6 set losses on the year.
Yeah, and when you play, say 24 matches for the year, and to only lose anything less than 10, I think is quite impressive. They were a 3-1 winner over Buckeye Trail on Monday night, and when you get to this level, you don't anticipate things going 3-0, but yet at times, a match can go 3-0 and the scores be 25-23 and be really, really close, but team wins. But that's still, to me, is very, very impressive that they've only lost that few sets for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Hiland has only been taken to 5 sets one time, and that was their loss against Garaway. And if we look at Garaway, that is one of the teams that Shenandoah can say that the 2 times that they have faced, they have defeated. Now, the 4 losses for Shenandoah, they come at Monroe Central earlier in the year. That went to 5 sets. And then we also have Union Local, again, 5 sets. They played Warren, that went to 4, but Warren last year, they made it to the state semifinals, I believe. So they had a pretty good run last year. So a good team in the Warren Warriors. And then they lost to Martins Ferry. And their most recent victory over Garaway was that first round of the playoffs on the 16th. So a 5-set victory, I believe both times that these 2 teams have played. Yeah, both times that the Garaway Pirates and Shenandoah Zeps have played, it has went to 5 sets. So, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Shenandoah has proven throughout the regular season and the beginning of the playoffs that they can do what is necessary to beat the man, to be the man. So we'll see if that's going to happen tonight.
I think from a confidence standpoint, and exactly, is that Shenandoah, knowing that they beat Garaway twice during the season, and that they feel that even it's not like going into sometimes you play somebody that you just really have no chance on.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go ahead and let's step aside and take our first break of the night here. And when we come back, we'll have Division 6 district finals, Hiland and Shenandoah.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd, State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
Back here at Cambridge High School, Gene Ford Gymnasium, the Hiland Hawks and the Shenandoah Zeps getting ready for the district final in Division 6. I want to say thank you to our sponsors on board to help us bring you this volleyball match tonight. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, Bucky Disposal, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, Doane Ford, King Carpet, Farmers and Merchants Bank, and Sue Snowd State Farm. And we thank those people for joining us tonight and sponsoring high school sports, and in particular tonight, high school volleyball.
Yeah, so Jeff, one thing I want to go over really quickly, obviously before this game starts, these teams had to go through a couple of teams to make it to the district final. So if we look at Shenandoah, they started their tournament run against Garaway. That was a 5-set win, and then they had a pretty easy 3-1 victory over Monroe Central, which the both of us were at. You were on the call for that. I was directing the video, as I am tonight, but Monroe Central was a 4 seed. So, we had the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed in this East bracket all competing against each other in the district semifinals here in Division 6. So we look over at Hiland. Just as easy, or not, if not easier tournament trail for the Hiland Hawks, as they had a 3-0 victory over Newcomerstown, and then Buckeye Trail they defeated 3-1. So obviously both of these teams, as we've known by the regular season and how well they've been doing, they know how to win. So following this game, Jeff, is the regional semifinals, the Sweet 16, and that game will be October 29th. That is a Wednesday, and it's going to be a doubleheader. They will have the second game, but that doubleheader will be at Zanesville High School, which for us, us at AVC is a pretty convenient location, because not only have we done plenty of regional matchups from that location, but it's a game that I think for Shenandoah fans, it's a trip that doesn't hurt them. So depending on who wins this game, like I said, it'll be October 29th at Zanesville, and they're going to play the district winner out of the central bracket, which this is going to sound really weird, but Newark Catholic plays Tree of Life. So obviously we'll know at some point tonight, because that's when another district final matchup in Division 6 will be held. But once we go through that, then we'll be able to basically get a good look at which of these two teams will be playing which of those two teams.
That's it. I think you probably try to keep the setups. That game is tomorrow night, I believe, Newark Catholic and Tree of Life. So whoever wins here tonight will be able to maybe make a scouting trip.
Possibly.
Just a couple key people here. Hiland, they're led at the net by a sophomore, Addie Mast. She has over 350 kills at the net for the year. She wears number 10. She's just a sophomore. Also get good play at the net out of Claire Detweiler and Elena Yoder. And their main setter is Brianna Mishler, a senior. So, a very proven squad. Shenandoah, and I thought had some kids really play well the other night. Their big hitter at the net is Brenna Leach, over 450 kills for the year. They're also getting some good play out of Molly Van Fleet. And the other night, I thought really some nice play at the net out of Addie Harbaugh. Their main setters are Emma Daly, a freshman, along with Alyssa Crum. And I thought Alyssa also had a real strong game at the net last week. So, only 3 seniors on each team. And at this time, you want your seniors to step up and play for you.
Absolutely.
So it's now just a moment away. We've got the horn here. Teams have come out to line up along the end line. We're going to have our national anthem, and not too far away from volleyball. So stand by and we'll listen to our national anthem.
It's your life, and you call the shots when the unexpected happens. You need a strong team to help you rebound. At the Crum & Richards Agency, they can assist you with selecting the best insurance for your needs. They're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. The ball's in your court. Give them a call at 740-732-2358. They'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Need reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean. They make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started.
Preparing to introduce both squads here tonight. The Shenandoah Zeps, the number 2 seed, and the Hiland Hawks, the number 1 seed. And this is district finals. And as we mentioned earlier, the winner plays a week from tonight, next Wednesday night at Zanesville High School. The Hawks are 23-1, and the Zeps are 20-4. So every year, these two schools have excellent volleyball teams. I've not known Shenandoah to have a bad volleyball season in a long time.
Yeah, they've done a handful. I mean, obviously, we followed them through their playoffs past couple of years, and looking around at other teams in this area, we covered a team last night, and we will tomorrow, in the Meadowbrook Colts, who've been consistently good since I learned yesterday. Since 2020, they have been a very effective team. So, volleyball in this area has definitely been very competitive, and the Zeps and Colts, definitely two of the teams in Southeast Ohio who've been on top of that. So we're going to see how the Zeps and Hawks do tonight. Obviously, as you mentioned earlier, you have a 1 and a 2 seed. You're going to expect some sort of fireworks here tonight.
Well, and now that this is the second year of the 7 divisions in high school volleyball, so that creates an opportunity for some teams to advance, but you still have to be pretty darn good to get to the district final and
Absolutely.
beyond.
Starting lineups being introduced now, and just going down the roster for the Shenandoah Zeps. They have it starting off with number 2, Shayla Holcomb. She's your libero. And then you have Emma Daly. She's one of the setters and on one of the right side players for the Zeps. You have Kylie Knoll, Molly Van Fleet, Addie Harbaugh, their star player, Brenna Leach, Sophie McVicker, Alyssa Crum, Natalie Geen, Liberty McKee, Josie Hooks, and Natalie Archer. That rounds up the roster for the Shenandoah Zeps. And as we talked about, Brenna Leach, definitely one of their best players that they have. I mean, the force that comes off of a ball when it gets hit is just impressive.
And in volleyball, as I've grown to appreciate, for the person to be that effective at the net, it requires a lot of good first hits and a lot of the assists and the sets also. And Shenandoah does a very good job there also. Number 9, Alyssa Crum, and number 3, Emma Daly, are their leaders in assists. And it's up to them to get good sets up to the hitters at the net. And good teams have good hitters, and I'm sure we've got plenty of them here tonight.
Introductions getting ready for the Hiland Hawks. Going to take a look down their roster. Number 1, Braxton McVicker. Number 2, Sienna Immel. We have Carly Schrock, Samantha Kolbentz, Olivia Miller, Carly Detweiler, Macy Miller, Brianna Mischler, Aubrey Schneider, Addie Mast, Chloe Richards. Number 12, Elena Yoder, who I believe is may be a problem for the Shenandoah Zeps. I mean, they have a handful of players, obviously. We looked at the stats for Hiland, and very impressive numbers for the Hawks. And, whether or not they are 100% accurate, they are still, those numbers are not going to lie.
Obviously, when you have the records like these teams have, there are some stats going to be pretty impressive. I find it interesting also looking at that. Each team, Hiland and Shenandoah, has a player on their roster, last name of McVicker. Any relation, I have no idea, but I find it interesting.
Yep, and then 2 last players rounding out the Hawks rosters, Sophia Hampshire and Julia Overholt. So as we get ready for this first set of play in the Division 6 District Finals, Jeff, I think we're in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, one would think so. Hiland head coach, is Kelly Miller. And for the Zeps, Megan Growalski. And the Shenandoah assistant coaches are Reagan Flood and J.C. Clifton. So we're just moments away here is part of the procedure you go through here in volleyball after the introductions. The teams meet at the net and, shake hands or high fives or low fives or whatever you want to call it. And we'll be ready to go here. And if you've never watched volleyball, you'll see here very quickly it is such a game of momentum and enthusiasm. And the girls on the floor play unbelievably hard. And this will be interesting. For Shenandoah out front to start with there, I see Molly Van Fleet along with Addie Harbaugh.
And Alyssa Crum.
Alyssa Crum in the front row. And the middle back is Brenna Leach along with Emma Daly and
Shayla Holcomb.
Yes.
They have that libero over on will be the furthest away from us. And then what I believe will be back row is going to be
Sophie McVicker, I believe that is, yes. That's on the floor right now, but as you say, as soon as the officials get ready here, they will sub in, and the libero, Shayla Holcomb, will come on the floor. You actually have technically 7 starters. The libero plays the back row basically all the time.
Looks like Hiland will be having the first serve of the match, and it looks like it's going to be number 8 for the Hawks, Brianna Mishler. They're rolling that ball over, and Jeff, I believe we are ready to get underway.
Hiland opening with the first serve, and here we go. Line drive gets over and set at the net. That is Van Fleet with the spike. Kept alive there by the Hawks. And another good set. Crum on the hit, kept in play. On the outside, and again, diving play there by Leach. Spike there by Holcomb. The ball is out of bounds, and it will be first point belongs to Hiland.
That was a good attempt there from Harbaugh, but just a little bit too hard. She played very well on Monday.
Second serve up, hit at the net. Push over with the left hand by the Hawks. A little tap there by Holcomb. Again, there's the set. Crum hits. The ball hits the net and comes back. It'd be 4 hits. The ball was not blocked by the Hawks. It hit the net and come back. So that was 4 hits.
Yeah, Shenandoah did a good job getting it to their setter because both teams, they had one hit over the net, and then Hiland turned around and hit it back over the net, and getting it to their, their setter in the middle there was definitely a good play, but just not enough to get it over the net.
Spike at the net there by Van Fleet, and that will be good as it was deflected at the net and finds the floor. So the first kill of the night for Molly Van Fleet. 2-1 Hiland. Crum to serve. Again, hit at the net and does not go over the net. Point Zeps.
That was a good block from that front line of the Zeps.
Alyssa Crum over 200 serving points this year. Again, a good serve. Set at the net, left-handed spike. Holcomb with the hit, kept alive by the Hawks. Again, a little push over the net, good. And I believe that was Sophia Hampshire for the Hawks.
And now serving for the Hawks is Detweiler.
Back line set there by Leach. Deflected out of bounds, point Zeps.
That was a good hit by Leach because, she didn't have to use all of her power. She put it in a good spot to where the Hawks were kind of in a spot where, one bad hit and they were unable to handle it, and that's exactly what happened to tie that game up here.
Tied at 3, and to serve now is Liberty McKee for the Zeps. Hit the outside, and that's a hammer. And that is Addie Mast. And the sophomore leader at the net.
That was fast.
So the point back to the Hawks. Left-handed serve.
And Elena Yoder serving for Hiland.
Again, hit at the net, kept alive there by Hiland. Another big hit. Blocked, but goes down on the Shenandoah side, so that is a point for the Hawks. Five, 3.
Did you notice
Hawks.
how Shenandoah tried to answer with their own power following that aggressive point from the Hawks.
Third hit has to go over there by Van Fleet. Again at the net, blocked at the net, kept alive by the Hawks. Hit again. Again kept alive. Leach on the side. Her hit is deflected off of a Hawk and goes out of bounds, and that is point Zeps.
Both teams defensively at the net having good success getting blocks, but they're also having equal success recovering from those blocks that are going on the other side of the net.
Exactly. And the serve by Molly Van Fleet goes long out of bounds. That's our first service error of the night.
There were a handful of service errors on Monday that Shenandoah had that I guarantee had to frustrate the team, and that's what they want to avoid is small errors like that.
Ball kept alive here by Hiland. Their libero brings it over. Set by Daly, hits the Leach. Again, Hiland keeps it alive. Kept alive deep. Third hit now has to go over. Again, kept alive well. A little push up at the net, good. And I talked about this Monday night. Just sometimes some of these young ladies see the floor so well to know when it's appropriate to go that little push. 7-4. Hawks. This is Leach on the hit, and it's in.
From this angle, definitely hard to see because that was in the opposite corner of where we're sitting right now, Jeff. But a very impressive hit by Leach. And as you talked about, using your knowledge of the game to get that weak hit, in no man's land. I mean, that takes a lot of game knowledge to be able to pull that off.
Emma Daly's serve. Again, a little touch by the Hawks to get it over. This is Leach again. She's blocked at the net. Zeps keep it alive. Crum with the hit. And again, a good job on the back row. Crum again. A very lengthy rally here. Leach again. And it goes around far enough. And the ball was still looked to be in play there, but it hit the floor and the whistle had blown.
Yeah, that ball had definitely hit the floor because not only did the libero, Olivia Miller, she hit the ground pretty hard when she went to hit that, but she hit the ground and the ball hit the ground.
And an out call on the spike at the net. And that will be another point for the Zeps. Emma Daly, the freshman, on the serve.
Hey, we're now in the 15th point here for this first set and, tie game. As you mentioned, it's going to be a good one.
A little push and score there. We're on the opposite side here, so it's a little bit hard to see, in that front left there, but I think that was Addie Mast who finished that play off. And she will go back now to serve. First hit over for the Zeps. Mast with the hit from the back row. Set at the net, tipped up, and couldn't go over.
From that angle, you're looking straight up at a ball that is right up against the net. It's hard to tell where it will or will not go. It's kind of like the Zeps were guessing. Is it or is it not?
Yes. Sophie McVicker tried to make that play, just wasn't able to get it over. Again, ball control, but the first hit goes over. This sets Hiland up for a push at the net, and they'll get the score as the ball deflected and goes out of bounds. Another point there for the Hawks.
Hawks are having a good service run from number 10, Addie Mast. They're putting it in a place where, I've seen at least twice. They're hitting that ball across, and the initial hit from Shenandoah is going back over the net.
And this time, better job, but still not the set that you want. Kept alive, blocked at the net. That's Leach with the block. And that will be a point. But a couple service points there by Addie Mast of the Hawks, and we think of her as a hitter at the net, but she showed she could do a pretty good job as a service person also. Again, there's the hit, and that one's down again.
Just when Shenandoah thought they had a chance to get some momentum, Hiland just using that power to really hammer it into that zone, and now we have a chance for another service run from the Hawks from the libero, Olivia Miller.
Serve near the line, but played, and tough play there. Kept alive there by Alyssa Crum. A good diving attempt in the back row by Leach, but unable to control the ball, and that goes out of bounds, and a point in favor of Hiland. 12-8 Hiland Hawks. Shenandoah will call timeout. We'll take it with them.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
This is District Finals Volleyball, Division 6. Set number 1, Hiland Hawks leading the Shenandoah Zeps 12-8. Shenandoah takes a timeout. That's their first. You are allowed 2 timeouts per set, and they do not carry over.
Shenandoah is going to be in a different situation than we're used to seeing them. Obviously, Monday, when we were dealing with the Zeps, for the most part, they did pretty good and led a handful of times, but now it's, battling a team that is probably going to have a lead over the Zeps most of the time.
Olivia Miller with the serve for the Hawks. Daly with the set. Crum on the outside, good. Alyssa Crum with her first kill of the night.
And that was a good job by the Zeps. I mean, following the serve, they got it right to their setter, and it went, directly behind her to the outside, and that outside hitter just put it right where she wanted it.
Shayla Holcomb with the serve. Ball across to the side, kept alive. Nice effort there. Again, set at the net and blocked at the net, and that's good. Falls in, and that is a point. Zeps, a nice job of blocking at the net, and cannot tell there, but Van Fleet and Holcomb are up in front there, so give one of them the credit for that block. And again, the Hawks not handling the service real well there, and this will be a point. So that's 2 points in a row by Shayla Holcomb.
Following that timeout by Shenandoah, it looks like the Zeps, I'm trying not to jinx anything here, the Zeps look to be gaining some momentum over the Hawks.
Again, bump set. This is Leach from the back row, kept alive by Hiland. Again, dive in the back, nice play. Holcomb with the hit. And a tough play there, not able to hit a second hit. Give that one to Addie Harbaugh.
That was a good hit there. Hiland just unable to handle it.
A knuckleball serve by Holcomb. Again, diving to the floor, keeping that ball alive. Set to the outside, hits into the net, point.
That was a fantastic block by a single defender.
And by my count, Shayla Holcomb at 4 straight points off her serve.
Alyssa Crum with that block over to the other side of the net.
Ball head at the net, and again, not in real good position to hit. And Addie Harbaugh tried to keep it alive with her left hand, unable to do so. And we're now tied at 13. Long serve, and it's out. Back line judge right on that.
Very much so.
And
could not be closer to where that ball's going to go out.
And tough decision by the players on the back side. Do I hit it or do I not? And they made the right call. Zeps serve. The ball is hit and is out. And that point, service point there for Alyssa Crum. And Shenandoah back up 2. Crum serve, a nice serve. That goes as a service ace when the defense is unable to handle it. And now Hiland will call timeout. Zeps 16-13. And nice run here by the
Jimmy
Zeps.
Silva from Swimaway, wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. You ready for next summer? Have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away. Hey, hey, hey!
Back here, Zeps on a pretty nice run, taking a 16-13 lead here in set one, forcing that Hiland timeout. Each team has used a timeout. Now, moments ago, we saw Shenandoah spend the timeout down, I believe, 12-8 or 12-9. They went on a good run, broke the momentum that Hiland had. Now, Hiland calls the timeout, so we'll see if the Zeps are able to keep the momentum going off the serve here of Alyssa Crum.
Yeah, Hiland able to break the set. Previously, we had Shayla Colm, who was, serving the ball, but now, as you mentioned, that's number 9, Alyssa Crum.
Again, push on the side, kept alive there. Leach with the hit from the back row. Good dive attempt there. Again, Leach keeping the ball alive on the back. Hit at the net by Daly. And the ball's right at the net, and the middle hitters love that when that ball goes a little bit too far, and Molly Van Fleet put it away.
Exactly what she wanted into the, the middle of the chest of the libero, and a point Zeps.
Little tap up front there, kept alive. Push over by Molly Van Fleet. Zeps keeping it alive. Harbaugh. Spike at the net. The ball's out.
Hard to tell if that was a bit of anger on that hit, but man, did that travel some distance.
Alyssa Crum again, knuckleball serve. Set at the net. Van Fleet, ball's kept alive. Again, push for the Hawks. Again, set again. Harbaugh, kept alive by the Hawks. Ball caught the net. Right back to Van Fleet. Blocked at the net, but it goes out of bounds. That is point Zeps.
For a second, had me confused because it hit off the net and then hit the post and then hit a Shenandoah Zep before it hit the ground. So I'm glad they know how to call the game and I don't.
And a long hit out of bounds by the Hawks. Well, their first timeout didn't break the Zep momentum, so they're going to spend a second timeout. We'll take a break, be back. 2013 Zeps.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares, close to home.
We're in the first set, and I believe, I don't have the numbers exactly, it was 12-8, I want to say, in favor of
yes.
the Hawks. And it is now 20-13 in favor of the Zeps. And a nice run right here by Alyssa Crum.
Doing a fantastic, on a fantastic service run for the Zeps. And Hiland's big problem is if they're trying to get power, too much power, and Shenandoah just has an answer for them defensively at the net and in the middle of the court.
Serve and not handled, and that'll be a service ace. And by my count, I now have that as 8 points off Alyssa Crum's serves here in the first set. Obviously, the ball's got a little movement on it. Hawks will keep this one alive, but Holcomb, third hit has to go over, and it will go out of bounds.
Very close, just a little bit too much on that, bump to send over. So
yeah,
a break for the Hiland Hawks as number 6, Claire Detweiler, will be serving for the Hawks.
There's a set at the net for Van Fleet, and that was deflected and out of bounds. Point to the Zeps. Molly Van Fleet with her 4th kill of set number 1.
That now takes number 11, Liberty McKee, back to serve for the Zeps.
Zeps keeping it alive, and there's a big hit at the net. And I believe that would be Addie Mast.
That hit was fast enough. The Shenandoah defender didn't really have the time to react. If you watch what she did, it was almost like, oh, well, that came and went.
Monday night, when Liberty McKee came in to serve, Zeps scored several points off of her service. There's a set at the net. Van Fleet again. They're kept alive. And Mast with the hit, deflected at the net and falls in. And that is another point for the Hawks. We're 22-16, Shenandoah.
Hiland doing a good job figuring out where on the court is an opening for them to hit into. And the past couple of points that they've had have been exactly that, and a miscommunication.
And definitely miscommunication on the back row there between Josie Hooks and Shayla Holcomb, and that would be a service ace for the left-handed server of the Hawks there,
Elena
Yoder. Again, set at the net for Leach, and good night. Attempt on the back row for the Hawks, but not able to control it, out of bounds. I have Brenna Leach now with 5 kills in set number 1. Zeps 2 points away from capturing the first set.
Yes, and believe it or not, I believe that's just below her set average of kills.
I have her averaging about 5.2 per set, so she's right on where she usually is. Molly Van Fleet with the service. Set on the outside. Ball kept alive. Set to Leach.
Beautifully placed.
Well, the difference here, Shenandoah is going through a step here where they're handling that. Their first hit is good to the setter, who then is making a good set, and Brenna Leach is finishing them off along with Molly.
And now
Van
we
Fleet.
have set point.
And this is Van Fleet trying to hit at the net.
A bit high in the air, but able to get over the net from Leach, who delivers a hit, and set Zeps.
And that is set number 1. Goes to Shenandoah, 25-17. We'll take a short break and be back with set number 2.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd, State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Gene Ford Gymnasium at Cambridge High School, Shenandoah Zeps captures set 1, 25-17 over the district's number 1 seed, the Hiland Hawks. And as Brett pointed out here during our pregame, that Hiland had only lost 6 sets all year.
Add one more to that.
And now that's loss number 7. And in 3 of their sets that they lost this year was in their lone defeat of the year. But at this level, and you go back and count Shenandoah didn't lose very many sets either. Yes, they lost 4 matches during the year on that, but they were 3-0 and 3-1. They probably didn't go 5 sets very many times during the year.
I have 18 set losses on the year for the Shenandoah Zeps.
Alyssa Crum will serve first here in set 2 for the Zeps. Elena Yoder with her left hand on the far side with the spike, and first point of set number 2 goes Hiland.
Quick substitution for the Hawks, and that's a tough play because for that player you got to think, do I hit it or do I not? And her hitting that just sent it further than anybody could get.
A good knuckleball serve set at the net, and that is a hammer by Brenna. Or no, that was Molly Van Fleet. Excuse me. She's played strong so far. I have her for 5 kills at the net here in the early going. So it's tied at 1. Liberty McKee in to serve. Set on the outside, blocked at the net, kept alive. Leach, kept alive by the Hawks. Push at the net. Outside. Leach tried to go with a little left-handed push at the net, but did not work. It did not get over the net.
And you're seeing that a lot from Shenandoah. There's a couple of times, it's not the first this game, that Shenandoah has tried to hit that soft hit over the net, and they've just been short.
Josie Hooks checks back in for the Zeps in the back row. Van Fleet hit at the net, kept alive by Hiland. Leach on the outside. And good job, kept alive. And blocked at the net, but it falls down in Shenandoah's side of the net. That will be point Hawks.
And that was a good rally from both teams. But it ultimately goes in the way of Hiland.
Hit on the outside by Daly, and the ball is hit out of bounds, and that will be point back to the Zeps, 3-2 Hiland.
And that's a tough ball to handle because that first hit off of the off the ball, I mean, it was not good from the start.
Molly Van Fleet on the Shenandoah serve, and that ball falls in and is good. That is Addie Mast once again on the Hiland side with her. I have her for her 5th kill of the night. 4-2 Hiland. Yoder serves with the left hand, set at the net. Leach, score. (4-3), bring it back now on the side out to the Zeps, where Emma Daly will serve. Good set, kept alive. Leach on the outside, one push, kept alive well there by the Hawks. Third hit gets over the net. Hit on the outside there by Crum. Again, good job by Hiland keeping the ball alive. Daly set to Leach.
Shenandoah did a great job defensively, and even Hiland, I mean, the defense in that set was actually really good, and you see both teams not giving up anything, and that rally ultimately coming away with a pretty impressive
able to
kill.
get the ball to where you want it. And Daly again with the serve. We're tied at 4. Again, kept alive, but in the middle. Again, the first hit, a little bit long, and then finished at the net. I think that's Carly Schrock who put that one away for the Hiland Hawks.
Smart by Hiland to hit it. I mean, you know that their player's going to be misplaced based off of the dig that Shenandoah had, and placing it exactly where you want it.
And I believe the first service error of the night for Hiland is that serve goes into the net, and we're now tied at 5. Set number 2. Leach to serve. Soft serve, set at the net. Good hit, score. Here in the second set, we're trading points back and forth.
A lot more of what you expect out of a 1 and 2 matchup.
And the serve is out of bounds. Another service error by the Hawks. That was Addie Mast, whose serve went a little wide left and ties us back at 6.
Yeah, a bit tough for, our friend and official Mike Mitchell to see with Brenna Leach kind of blocking his line of view, but that line judge able to see right down that from
Shayla Holcomb with the serve, and the ball's blocked at the net. I believe that is Addie Harbaugh, I believe, get credit for that block.
I believe so as well. She did a great job heading that directly down, and Hiland unable to get any play on it.
Holcomb serve, a little knuckleball serve. Set to the outside to Mast. Soft serve, kept alive. Third hit needs to go over. Does. Again set, tipped. Well done by Shenandoah. Hit Shenandoah, set on the outside, good. That is Alyssa Crum. Went right down the right sideline, and the Zeps a couple points in a row.
Yeah, both teams trying to catch the other off guard and, use that soft hit, and not many big hits on that, but ultimately in the end, Shenandoah was able to get the ball right to their setter, and they did exactly what they wanted to do with it.
Ball's deflected at the net. Set by Daly. Spike is good. Crum right down that far back right corner, same spot.
She has her eyes set on one place where she sees Hiland not being, and she's done a fantastic job the last 2 points for Shenandoah, getting it where she needs.
That's now 9-6 Zeps. A little short serve this time. Again set, Mast on the outside. Again deflected at the net. Daly set at the net. And a violation, I think an illegal hit, a lift called to give the kill to Addie Harbaugh. And timeout, Hiland. Set 2, Zeps leading 10-6.
It's your life, and you call the shots when the unexpected happens. You need a strong team to help you rebound. At the Crum & Richards Agency, they can assist you with selecting the best insurance for your needs. They're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. The ball's in your court. Give them a call at 740-732-2358. They'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Well, here in set number 2, momentum is wearing green. Zeps now 10-6.
Yeah, one thing we just talked about, and as weird as it is, you see the Hiland Hawks and you see a mixture of not only the shorter pants, but long pants, but every single player for Shenandoah is in longer pants, and as we talked about, it'd be pretty hot. There's two players for Shenandoah with the shorts on, and let me tell you, I know if it were me, I'd be burning up.
I'm pretty warm sitting here right now.
Absolutely. Might be cold out, but hey, we're doing what we can to keep warm. And the Zeps keeping, their brains warm as they.
Shayla Holcomb serves it deep. Again set. This is Mast on the outside. Again deflected and kept alive. Daly set. Van Fleet kept alive by the Hawks. Holcomb with the soft hit over. Several soft hits by both teams here, but kept alive. Crum pushed by the Hawks. Middle, Van Fleet. She goes with a soft hit in the middle, kept alive. Holcomb tried to go down the left line, kept alive.
Long rally here for both teams.
A cross court hit there by Crum. And somebody hit the net. And it was a Hawk. Somebody, they tried to hit the ball, hit the net, and
it was at the
even I saw the hit at the net, and that's unusual.
That was the bottom of the net, as you can see from our AVC Sports replay here, courtesy of us.
Again, the ball kept alive, and then Zeps not going to be able to keep this one in play, and that breaks a long stretch of points there by the Zeps. It's now 11-7.
Much needed for the Hawks there. The libero Olivia Miller now will be serving for Hiland.
But both teams doing a really good job keeping some balls in play. This is Van Fleet. Left-handed hit by Schrock at the net. And ball was awfully close to the net. Daly tried to set it across there and unable to do so. And that will be point in favor of Hiland. Holcomb on the outside. Over. But not Schrock, but Yoder at the net. And her hit goes into the net. And that is a point 12-8 Zeps. Crum now serving. And there's a spike by the Hawks.
Placed really well.
That is Yoder. Yes, Elena Yoder.
We had instances in the game last night with Meadowbrook and Morgan where Meadowbrook was targeting what we considered that no man's land right in the middle of the court, where you don't see a lot of the players defending, and that's exactly what Hiland targeted.
And there's a spike by Mast from the back row, and it goes into the net. And that is point Zeps, now 13-9. Liberty McKee in to serve. And service error, 13-10 Zeps. I have that as the second service error of the night for the Zeps. The Hawks also have 2 service errors, 13-10 Shenandoah.
Yeah, not many service errors and, not as many violations as we talked about a little bit as well. So, honestly, good, productive play for both teams and fan ball.
Well, again, now on this rotation, Brenna Leach is now to the front row. So this is a key time for Hiland also. So when a team has their best hitter at the net, you just got to kind of hold serve.
Yep, and Van Fleet now serving for the Zeps.
That's a soft serve. Goes over too far, and Leach goes to the net and deposits that one straight down. 15-10 Zeps.
And that was a good serve from, Shenandoah because they struggled to get that, back up following the hit from Van Fleet.
Molly Van Fleet serve. Played in the back, set across here for Mast. And that ball was deflected at the net and out of bounds. Addie Mast with the kill. Point back to Hiland.
Whether or not that ball was deflected, it was landing very hard in the zone.
Again, a long hit and put down. That's Mast again, and that's teams trading some long first hits. I have Addie Mast now in officially 7 kills on the day, and it's 15-12 Shenandoah. Mast just a sophomore, IVC Player of the Year this year. Holcomb keeps it alive, get in the middle. Brenna Leach once again. I have her now at kill number 12.
She must have heard you talk about IVC Player of the Year Mast because that is exactly who I believe she targeted.
Daly serve long, hits the basket standard, but the Hawks able to keep it alive. And again, a little miscommunication maybe there by the Zeps. And the ball falls in and is a point for the Hawks, 16-13 Shenandoah. And Zeps need to be careful here not to let the momentum shift back to the other side. And there's a service ace. Encouragement from the side. Coach Growalski, not going to a timeout yet, but if this point falls in, I'm sure she will think more about it. This is Daly, set, Leach. That's how you stop momentum. Brenna Leach with another kill, 17-14 Zeps.
Very close call there, but obviously you have that official right in front of that action, so they know what they're doing, and I trust that they're making the right call.
That's what they're getting paid for. This is, again, that's Mast on the outside. And she plays well from that outside spot. Now's a big time here for the Hawks at 17-15 Zeps, and as Leach has moved to the back row now on this rotation.
Yeah, Addie Mast still serving for the Hawks.
And that looked illegal to me, and it is. A two-handed hit from above the head, I believe, going to be called there. That is Sophie McVicker, and that cuts the Shenandoah lead to 1 point. Soft serve does not go over. That is a service error for the Hawks, and that's a crucial error. That is their third service error of the night. And now we're back to Shayla Holcomb, who was on a good run early as a server. Again, long toward the back line, kept alive. Dug out well there by Holcomb. Ball hit, and Hardball made that play. This is Mast once again. The ball hit in the back row, but goes out of bounds. That will be point Hiland.
And I believe somebody just got 1,000 points of something.
That's probably the 1,000th kill. And again, I do not see, getting our spot here. And you can't stop play at tournament time to celebrate. And we've got a violation. I think the Hawks had not settled into their spots yet. They were still celebrating from the point before. And
which is great. Unfortunately, it's tournament. So
for the Zeps, now Crum to serve. Again, ball blocked at the net. Again, Van Fleet and Hardball both there. Not sure who gets credit for that block, but Shenandoah gets credit, 2017. Again, serve back over, long hit, goes out of bounds. And what do we have, Brett? Ball was out of bounds, but we have a net violation or something there on the
looks
Zeps.
like they're going to call. They're going to give the point to Hiland, making it 20-18.
I looked down at my paper to mark that down, and obviously I missed something.
Now, I'm no guru of volleyball by any means, but I think a Shenandoah player stepped on the other side of the court. But Shenandoah having a good answer to their mistake.
Yeah, Molly Van Fleet comes right back and gets the point back this way for the Zeps. Now 21-18. Zeps leading 1-0 and 21-18 in set 2. Serve. Again, hit from the side. That's going to be down. That's Mast from the outside once again.
A very effective hitting it cross court like that to find that opening and not have Shenandoah be able to answer.
You can tell where the Hawks want the ball to go when they get the opportunity, and that's this near side on the left. Soft serve. Van Fleet keeps it alive. There's a set. There's Leach on the outside, and that is number 14 for Brenna Leach. And timeout, Hiland. Set 2, 22-19 Zeps. We'll wrap this set up in a moment.
Reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean, they make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started.
Well, here in set number 2, we've had several shifts of momentum, and right now that is in favor of the Zeps. Molly Van Fleet at the service line. 22-19 Zeps. Teams back after that Hiland timeout. They've used both their timeouts. They've not taken that off the board yet, but Van Fleet served deep, kept alive, and miscommunication, and 2 players hit it, and that made it difficult to put the ball over the net, and it does not go over. Service point for Molly Van Fleet, 23-19 Zeps.
Shenandoah within the first 2 sets, I mean, they look like they've played a game every single day, and they're ready to tackle whatever. Hiland having a couple of mistakes that have just proven to be big errors for the Hawks. And as Hiland hits that 20-point threshold, it's going to be interesting to see who can be the most composed as we approach the end of the second set.
Yeah, that was Addie Mast with that kill from the side. And this is Leach. And that ball hits off a Hawk, goes into the Hiland bench. That's point 24.
Set point. Set point for the Zeps, up 1-0, 24-20 lead.
That is Daly's serve. And ball hits the net and falls in for the point And the Hawks stay alive.
And that's always such a difficult play to make. I mean, you're expecting it to either hit the net and go back on their side, or in that case, it was just
that's within a fraction of the ball hitting the net and falling back too. We'll stay here on this time.
Timeout from Shenandoah.
Yeah, let's Zeps with the timeout. Let's acknowledge these sponsors and tell you what, show your appreciation if you see the people that's involved with some of these businesses that are sponsoring high school volleyball. Stop in and say thank you. That's Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, Bucky Disposal, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, Doane Ford, King Carpet, Farmers and Merchant Bank, and Sue Snowd State Farm. The Zeps leading 1-0, and in this set 24-21. Winner of this night advances to next Wednesday night's regional semifinals at Zanesville High School. So the serve now is with the Hawks. Good serve, goes long, first hit goes over, gives the Hawks a chance to set their ace. Van Mast kept alive. Holcomb in the back row. Again, we'll try it once again. Holcomb with the tap, kept alive. Long hit by Leach.
Hiland doing a good job of getting it to their setter this round.
And that's a good hit. And once again, that is Addie Mast.
For Hiland, that's exactly what you should have been doing, throughout the majority of this set. Most of the, hits back across to their side, they've been doing a fantastic job getting it to their setter and then able to get good hits to their outside.
Knuckleball serve. That would have been close to out of bounds, but you got to play it. There's the hit. It's deflected, and that's good. And I did not see who put that away. And the replay.
7.
Yep.
Brenna Leach.
I should have guessed it, but that is set number 2, Zeps. Shenandoah now 2-0. We'll be back with set 3 right after this.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
It's Jimmy Silvers from Swimaway, wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. If you're ready for next summer, have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away, hey, hey, hey!
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares, close to home.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Back here, district final. First 2 sets go to the Zeps, 25-17 and 25-22. But still a lot of work to be done. One more set needs to be victorious for the Zeps to move on. And the Hiland Hawks, they're 23-1. They're not going to go down without a fight. And you see that quite often. A team will come back and win the next set or even the next 2 sets. And these are 2 very good teams. First service to the Hawks.
That's number 8,
And-
Brianna Mischler.
And the Zeps kind of backed away there. Somebody yelled out, and they thought it was going to go out, but it didn't. It hit between the back line and the foul line of the basketball court there. It was definitely in. Point to the Hiland Hawks. Zeps take that over on the second hit. There's a short tap, kept alive. Again, nice job there keeping the ball alive. Push at the net by the Hawks. Holcomb serve or set over to Crum. And this ball is out on the far side, and that will be point Zeps.
Very shortly after that ball was hit, I hear one word coming from the court: out. And that was that key to, tell her teammate, don't you dare hit that ball.
And there's a service ace. That is Alyssa Crum.
Crum had a good service run earlier in the game. I believe it was the first set where she really helped the Zeps get a handful of points and come away with that first set victory. But now she's back serving and looking to do the same thing.
Again, Zeps done a nice job keeping that ball alive. Tap over inside, and a net violation on the Hawks. The official on the floor making that call, and that is another point. And that is Alyssa Crum's point on the serve, and 3-1 Zeps.
Didn't seem a couple of the Hawks kind of looking at that and going, no way. Like they didn't believe it, but, she's right there in front of them. So
Van Fleet now with that shot, and that is good off the back row players and out of bounds. Molly Van Fleet, I have her now for 7 kills at the net. And the Zeps out to a 4-1 lead here in set 3. Another service point there for Alyssa Crum. This is Mast on the outside, again kept alive in the back row, set at the net, deflected at the net. Mast with the hit across. Harbaugh with that hit. Again, lengthy rally here. Nice job, both teams. Harbaugh with the soft hit over. Mast kept alive. Zeps tried again. Again, nice job, alive.
long rally.
This may be the longest rally of the night. And that ball does not get over the net from the Hawks. And that will be a point. And boy, you really like to get those points off those long rallies. And Alyssa Crum looks like she's going to get on another roll here. Hiland will make a sub here as Chloe Richards will come in and replace Sophia Hampshire. And that's ball out of bounds, a service error. And that breaks the stretch. A nice run there by Alyssa Crum.
Yeah, Hiland took the first point, and then Shenandoah turned around and took the next 5 with Crum at the helm, but obviously 5-2 now, Hiland serving.
In the middle, there's a spike. That's Van Fleet. That's service error by Shenandoah. Last time I have them, that is just their third service error. And you're into the third set, and to me, that's not bad. You'd like to have none. Liberty McKee in to serve. That's Leach, blocked at the net, kept alive, and blocked at the net, but then taken over. Kill for Molly Van Fleet.
Fantastic reaction
Well,
from Van Fleet.
Nice job of blocking at the net by Hiland. Outside, blocked at the net by Leach. That's a couple of blocks by her tonight to go along with her kills. Timeout, Hiland.
The Zeps are rolling.
And they're a very nice crowd across the way. There is on their feet. They're starting to feel it. But as we've talked so many times, how momentum can shift in such a hurry.
Right, and we look at just this set alone. It started 1-0 Hiland, 5-1 Shenandoah, 5-2, 8-2. So you want to talk about a game of not only high emotions but momentum shifts. Shenandoah has done a fantastic job, weathering their own storm and their play at the net, along with how they've reacted to Hiland's kills. I mean, it's just been
Well,
really good to see for the Zeps. This is defensively one of the better games I've seen them played, and they need to do it now.
The players on the back row, I think, have done a great job keeping the ball alive.
I've seen so many digs from the libero that have placed the setter in a good position for her outside hitters and middle hitters that, I mean, Hiland has struggled to answer. And even the hits from the middle and outside hitters, there's been a lot of struggle from Hiland to handle that and get it back over.
Yeah, Shayla Holcomb has done a great job back there, and then the sets from Emma Daly and Alyssa Crum have just been right on. And you have 25 kills between Brenna Leach and Molly Van Fleet thus far. McKee with the serve. They get the ball on the outside, and that is a good point there by Addie Mast.
It's exactly what they need. I mean, Shenandoah, again, great job at the net, but that ball was just hit a little bit too hard.
Well, the attempted block there, the blocker just far enough back. When they blocked it, it went straight down and on their side of the net, so that is point for the Hawks. There's a nice set right there for Leach. It's deflected out of bounds. We commented Monday night of that. It would be curious to know what is the speed coming off the hand of some of those spikes.
And it remains the same question tonight. How fast is that thing?
Van Fleet with the serve. Ball deflected at the net, kept alive. Third hit goes over. Nice job there by Daly to keep it alive. And there's a big hit, and that's good.
Very tough ball to play there for the Zeps. I mean, that was where nobody was standing, and with the way that they'd been playing defense all over the place.
Well, we've talked a lot about the number of kills by Leach and Van Fleet here tonight. That's Addie Mast. That's 13 kills for her. So that's not a shabby number. Ball hits the net, does drop over. There's at the middle. That spike by Leach kept alive by the Hawks. This is Daly on the hit from the outside. Again, Holcomb keeps the ball alive. There's the set in the middle. This one's not real accurate and goes out of bounds. It's one of the few times tonight we've seen a set to one of the hitters at the net not be exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah, and you could tell that set kind of threw the hitters off a little bit because they both were hesitant.
In the middle, and that hit out of bounds. And we got a whistle. No, we've got a violation at the net. Or they say the ball was tipped. And Coach Kelly Miller of Hiland there is in disbelief. And the official on the stand there's signaled the number. But that will be a point on a spike by Emma Daly. I'm sure she doesn't get a lot of those. She's more valuable as a server in back row. A lot of discussion, but the point is going to stand for the Zeps. And the official made the call is probably 3 feet away from where she says was tipped.
She does not look like she messes around. I believe her.
Daly now with that serve. There's a block at the net. Kept alive. There's a block at the net again. And that will go out of bounds. That will be point Hiland. And Abby Mast is having a really strong game as usual at the net for the Hawks. She goes back now to serve. Daly in the set. Outside. Ball will be kept alive somehow by the Hawks. But it will go out of bounds on the second hit. And that will be a Shenandoah point, 11-6 Zeps. Leach to the service line. Knuckleball serve, dive to quick. This is Mast on the outside, kept alive. There's a set. And ball's deflected. Hiland races back, able to keep the ball alive and in play, but it will go out of bounds.
Very close call and great defense by the Hawks there, but I mean, that could not be any closer to the official there as it happened right in front of her nose. So a good call there and great rally for both teams.
Leach to serve. Mast from the outside. That ball is good. And again, that ball hit right between the out of bounds line and the basketball foul line, and definitely A point, 12-7 Zeps. Daly in the middle. Again, kept alive. Again, Zeps keeping that ball alive. Third hit needs to go over. It does. At the net. Deflection. This one will go the Hiland Hawk way.
I will say most of this game, you would think that it would be the other way around, but Hiland has been playing from behind every set.
Ball hit at the net, but it will go Hiland's way. A little hesitation there on the call, waiting to get the call from the lineman. But it will be Hiland's point.
Yeah, that's our friend with AVC, Mike Mitchell, on that call there. And, that's where his eyes are. Hey, he sees it. He's going to call it.
Hit on the outside. It's deflected. That's going to be Alyssa Crum with that kill. When you're up 13-9, you can afford to play for a while by trading points. That is, again, the sub, Liberty McKee. Checks back out. She comes in and just serves. Holcomb with the serve. Ball tipped at the net. There's the set in the middle. Not real accurate, but it's going to work in favor. No, it's 4 hits.
Yeah, a little bit of, I wouldn't call it a miscommunication, but just trying to get that ball back up into the air. Weren't able to do that as successfully, and obviously 4 hits is not allowed in the sport of volleyball.
Outside the block at the net. Hawks keep it alive. This is Van Fleet in the middle. Money.
Fantastic hit to give the Zeps their 15th point of this third set.
And for the day, I have Molly Van Fleet now with 10 kills. Again, another point there by Holcomb at the service line. And that will fall in, and that is good. And that, by my count also, Shayla Holcomb is 11 points off of her serves. And another timeout, Hiland Hawks. We'll take a break and be back in what we hope will be the wrap-up of this match.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
Have we mentioned how volleyball is a game of momentum?
I don't think so. I think we should let the viewers at home know, Jeff, that Lady Mo has moments of wonder in the game of volleyball, because right now the Shenandoah Zeps, leading 2-0, currently lead the third set 16-9 over the Hiland Hawks.
And as you pointed out earlier, a position that the Hiland Hawks have probably never been in all year, down 2-0 when you only lose 6 sets all year. And it's Holcomb serve, and she's done a great job on the service. Again on the outside, push there by Crum. Little two-handed push. Zeps again do a marvelous job keeping the ball alive. Again on the far side, ball's deflected out of bounds. That's going to be a credit a kill there to Addie Harbaugh. And it's 17-9.
In the earlier set, she definitely had a little bit of a struggle to get that ball placed where she wanted to, but that deflection definitely getting her going, and hopefully she can continue that, because I liked how she played Monday and definitely trying to get her footing here tonight.
One of 3 seniors on this Zep team. And on the outside, again, set in the middle. Not real accurate on that set, but kept alive. And that ball was a hit at the net. And that ball is out of bounds. Elena Yoder too strong and out of bounds. 18-9. Again, Holcomb with the serve. Outside. Set in the middle. And that is Crum. And that's about the 3rd time tonight that Alyssa Crum has gone down that right side and scored. And it is now 19-9 Zeps in set 3.
She has found her spot, and she has not been afraid to hit it down that line. And the Zeps with a 10-point lead in the third set.
Holcomb once again. Blocked in the front. Hiland keeps it alive. Again, kept in play in the back row. Harbaugh, and that one is buried. I have Abby Harbaugh now with 2 straight kills and 3 for the game. And the Shenandoah folks away on the other side.
They might be able to
They're
taste the
getting
victory
excited
a little bit, because this will be a
ball is not handled. Service ace. Shayla Holcomb, I have 15 points off of her serve, and it's 21-9. Holcomb once again. This saw long, was close to out, but played in and not kept alive.
Do you think there's any large females singing a lovely tune?
I hesitate to say that one yet, but they're getting warmed up. Mast on the outside. Again, kept alive. Leach from deep. Kept alive with the hit on the front. This is Crum. Her shot is blocked. It's deflected. Regroups. Blocked at the net. Another set. This is Van Fleet. Kept alive. Leach from the back row.
Long rally.
Another great play in the back row by Brenna. Another very lengthy rally. And it's in the net. Point. Zeps. It's 23-9. Zeps are 2 points away from the regionals. Holcomb with another serve.
Good set to the outside.
And that time, Alyssa Crum didn't go down the right side. She went across court. And the Zeps are 1 point away.
What about now, Jeff?
Shayla Holcomb, I don't have the exact number in a row here, but it's been many. Who's going to get the put away? Blocked at the net. Set. Set by Van Fleet. Blocked again. Holcomb kept alive. Harbaugh had the previous set. I called that wrong. That is point Zeps, and your Shenandoah Zeps in 3 straight sets have defeated the Hiland Hawks here tonight at Gene Ford Gymnasium. 25-17, 25-22, and 25-9. And that has to be one of the Zeps' very, very best performances of the year.
I would say so, because, Jeff, in this district final matchup, the Hiland Hawks, for the first time this year, have been swept.
And not much over an hour. You know, I've got about 7:08 now, and if we got started right at 6 o'clock, that's, you know, very efficient work. And I tell you, a lot of Zeps doing great work. Okay, you want to step away for a quick message here, Brett, and then we'll come back. And teams are gathering on the court, and they will be getting their district runner-up for the Hawks and district championship medals and trophy for the Shenandoah Zeps.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
It's your life, and you call the shots when the unexpected happens. You need a strong team to help you rebound. At the Crum & Richards Agency, they can assist you with selecting the best insurance for your needs. They're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. The ball's in your court. Give them a call at 740-732-2358. They'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Need reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean. They make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
Back here at Gene Ford Gymnasium and Coach Ford Court here at Cambridge High School, where the Shenandoah Zeps have come out and played what may very well be their best 3 sets of the year as they're going to the regionals. And 25-17, 25-22, and 25-9. Right now, Hiland is being awarded with their district runner-up medals for their players. Just real quick there, I had Brenna Leach for the Zeps with 17 kills, and Molly Van Fleet with 10, and Alyssa Crum with 6, and Addie Harbaugh with 3, including a couple in that last set that were at a big time. Shayla Holcomb I have for 20 service points, and Alyssa Crum with 13. 3 seniors on this Zep team there, Addie Harbaugh, Brenna Leach, and Alyssa Crum. Just 3 seniors, and they are champs, and they'll go to Zanesville High School next Wednesday night, and they'll play the winner of a game out of the Central District that's played tomorrow between Columbus Tree of Life and Newark Catholic, and that will start at 8 o'clock at Zanesville High School next Wednesday night.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, we will be out there with YRP TV, and with it being a regional game, there's a good chance that we might also have that available on Kicking Country KC 105. For the Shenandoah Zep, so stay tuned to yourradioplace.com for whatever may happen. But Jeff, we look at what happened in each of the 3 sets, and honestly, Hiland never got comfortable, and Hiland never had control of the game.
Once Shenandoah grabbed that momentum in each set, they just ran with it. And I tell you, a really nice job, by the IVC's Player of the Year, sophomore Addie Mast for the Highland Hawks. But I tell you, the number of opportunities she had, the Zeps did a great job on that back row of keeping the ball alive. In particular, Shayla Holcomb did a super job in the back row along with her service points. And just, I only had Shenandoah with 3 service errors for the night.
And Hiland had just as little.
I think they had 3, so it was well played there. But now the Highland seniors have stepped out there and getting their district runner-up, and that's a great disappointment for the Hawks. That 23-1 for the year. And just 3 seniors on this team. And, we think of Hiland and we think of basketball and baseball from up at Hiland, but, they can play some volleyball too.
Yeah, Hiland getting their district runner-up trophy presentation here right now at midcourt, and Shenandoah will follow shortly. Really quick, we want to thank Claxon Communications, Jaron Aber, and Abriel Jones. They have allowed us to provide some video, so big thanks to the 2 of them. Again, that's Claxon Communications, Jaron Aber producing for them here on WKLM, and Abriel Jones, the camera operator for them. So big thanks to them, working together with them, not only tonight, but possibly more in this, in sports playoffs. We work a handful with them, but Shenandoah Zeps now getting ready to pick up their regional final championship trophy and award presentation going on right now.
And let's listen in.
The Zeps are led by head coach Megan Karolski,
Wednesday, October 29th at 8 p.m. at Woodland
with the captain for the Shenandoah Zeps, please come forward for the presentation.
And we'll accept the district championship trophy. And I'm going to steal some numbers I overheard from our friends next door with the Hiland broadcast. And since this is the first night I've ever kept stats at a volleyball game, I'm going to go with their numbers because they said Brenna Leach with 19 kills and Molly Van Fleet with 13.
Hey, better than.
So I'm going to go with that. Hey, once again, Brett, let's thank these sponsors one more time. And hey, you got a week. If you're out there and you want to sponsor, I'd say give the station a call. And,
Absolutely, 432-5605.
And they'll talk to you and they'll set you up. But tonight, Sue Snowd, State Farm, Farmers and Merchants Bank, King Carpet, Doane Ford, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, Bucky Disposal, Swim Away Pool and Spa, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. And I tell you, as I said earlier, I've seen Shenandoah play about 4 times here previous to this year, and I can't think they've played much better than what they did tonight.
Absolutely. So, other than that, I think that pretty much wraps it up, Jeff.
I think so. On that, Zeps out, now getting some pictures taken, and they get a chance. And then what's nice is they get some days here to enjoy that and not have to play for a week, and they definitely should enjoy it, because they are district champs and are going to the regional tournament. Once again, your final score tonight in 3 straight sets, Shenandoah winner 25-17, 25-22, and 25-9. For Brett Klein, I'm Jeff Stevens. We'll see you next week.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.